Hello everyone, I'm Julie Lindsay from the Learning and Teaching Futures portfolio. This is Technology Demonstrators Community of Practice, our May 2023 meeting. And we have in the room my colleagues and team members, Lisa, Katrina and Nina. All right, I want to talk a little bit before we move into Nikki's presentation about technology demonstrators as a community of practice. Now, I did a little bit about this last year. I think it's important for us to revisit as we move forward, and now particularly that technology demonstrators is under the umbrella of Learning and Teaching Futures portfolio, and that we have grown quite a lot since last year. And well, there's a core of us who love it, and there's my team and I, of course, who continually defend it as a true community of practice. And this could actually be a debate, what is a community of practice and are we really true to the genre? But I thought we'd just go over this. And of course, Etienne Wenger is the influence that we have here in terms of communities of practice. So a community of practice, according to Wenger, has to have three attributes: the domain, and of course our domain is learning and teaching with educational technologies and within multimodal learning environments. Now, you're going to hear a lot more from us and a lot more across the university about learning environments from now onwards, basically, because there's a major project linked with the education plan to do with learning environments at UniSQ. But, this is part of our domain. We're not just focused on what's the latest tool, can we use it, is it good for our learning and our students, but it's also about how are we managing, designing and implementing learning in different learning environments. And we're talking about physical, hybrid, high flex, blended, whatever label you want to give it, and that's another problem. Virtual, online, distance. Another problem is, of course, the labelling. So we need to define that in the future a bit more clearly in terms of what we call it at UniSQ. So that's our domain. The community, of course, is all about activities, doing activities together, having discussions, solving problems, sharing, relationship building. And of course, these types of meetings are just wonderful for relationship building because you hear people ask questions, you see things in the chat window. Please use the chat, add comments to the chat as we flow through this CoP meeting, and see who your buddies are going to be, because that's the whole point. You can't necessarily get on with or want to collaborate with everybody, but you do need to find your practitioner buddies, your research buddies, and your people out there who you can work with in this whole domain. So this is why as a TechDem CoP, we enable connected learning. We encourage connected learning. And that doesn't always mean connection with us. We're just a small team. You out there are the wider university. Find your cross connections, cross discipline, within discipline, etc. And then, of course, the practice, the attribute of practice is that as practitioners, we build shared resources and we build ideas. And I guess I should have put there understandings, because we are an institution. We need to know what we're doing as an institution, and we need to bring the outside world in and put ourselves out to the outside world. And that's actually a term that I use called globalization, but we can look at that later. So how do we determine our success? TechDem's in the current iteration has been going for nearly 2 years, and it has built on its success, or built on what we've been doing. So this resource, I'll give you this link later, has three main, and this is built on Wenger, has three main success factors. One of those is identification. So passion for the domain is key. If you're part of the TechDem's community of practice, you have a passion for educational technology and multimodal learning environments. And hopefully, as a CoP, we've identified this domain, clearly. And maybe we haven't yet. Maybe we're all over the place and we haven't quite done it, but that's what we want to do for success. Success also relies on leadership. And I think that's what me and my team do. We lead this CoP, and we have TechDem champions who are also leaders within the university realm. And I think, things don't just happen without leadership. I think you probably all know that. So leadership to me is very important. And fostering leadership within our ranks is really important to us, hence the champions, TechDem champions. Then, of course, there's time. Now, this is such a tricky one. We do try to ensure high value for time. I'm not trying to rave on too much today. We want to get to Nikki and the true guts of the meeting. But we do want to provide, and we also want to provide choices for interaction. Now, not everyone can come to a synchronous meeting. That's why it's really important to me that resources are shared in a timely and practical manner. Hence our newsletters, hence our website, hence all the other resources, the Padlets and everything else that we have out there, so that it's not essential that you come to a meeting. Though meetings are great for interactions and real-time conversations, but there are other ways for you to access resources, and we work hard to get those resources out for you, along with others who help provide the resources.